if you're trying to quote unquote influence somebody, like the question you posed, like what are you actually doing other than looking good in front of the camera and getting the
Yes.
likes?
Yes.
Like what influence have you had? What significant things have you overcome? Not just your preconceived anxieties and stresses and fears about certain things that may or may not be even that big, but then you overcame it. Cool. You want to give pieces of advice to overcome these small things that, you are enough, which is fine.
Yeah.
Don't get into fear or whatever. Don't fall into your fears. Try new things. Cool, but those now blankets shit. Like everybody's talking about that. The person who has lost 10 pounds could talk about that. Welcome back to Behind the Strength, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind. I'm Carlo Balagasai.
I'm Christian Alvarez. Welcome back to those listening. And if you're brand new to this podcast, we are two entrepreneurs who started a fitness and therapy business back in 2011, a fully integrated fitness and therapy business, the first one in the world. And we have grown from, just a partnership business to now over 40 team members. And we are going into new locations this year.
Yes.
So Mississauga, look out. We're coming to you in December.
All right.
Today we're going to talk about something that kind of hits home because you see it all the time right now. Everybody wants to be Instafame, so they speak, right? But our question always is like, what significance do you actually have in this world? Like, what purpose do you actually stand for? What are your principles? And what the hell are you actually doing? What do you do for people, man?
I think people's need to be in the spotlight or be cool
Accepted.
or accepted supersedes the actual initiative that they're blanketing this with. Because I don't know if you don't have Instagram or anything like that.
No, but I see it all day long from everybody here. They'll show me stuff, and
yeah.
I more than half the stuff I don't care for, but I know what's out there on those platforms, and I know what kind of people posts that people have, and it's usually something about glorifying themselves or their life or how important they are.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was, and the reason why I'm not on those platforms, to be honest with you, is because I don't care for people who just have bullshit fake realities.
Or everybody wants to motivate people.
Everybody
these days.
wants to motivate people, but my problem is with that. What the hell have you done in life to be motivating my ass? What have you done?
I know what I've done.
Not you, but what have you done to be motivating? To be telling me some sort of inspirational self-help stuff that you probably just read like yesterday, and you're regurgitating today. Or just because you crop a little picture of a friggin' post or whatever of a picture of Bob Marley saying something positive or Gandhi, and then you're going to post that up and you think now you're a motivational speaker. Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's fascinating how many motivational speakers or how many life coaches.
Self-help, life coach.
There's been a lot of life coaches around these days, and young ones too. Like, you haven't even lived life yet.
Because I'll tell you,
life hasn't punched you in the face yet to be a coach.
And these are the same people that are calling themselves entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a real entrepreneur, okay, by definition, is somebody who is out there in the world to solve a problem of some sort for the greater good of everybody else. So that's my question: is like, what's significant? You're going to call yourself an entrepreneur. You're going to call yourself, influencer or whatever. But what is it?
A brand? Is that what they call
brand?
It?
Yeah,
brand.
like what is it? But what is it that you stand
Public
for?
figure. That's what it is.
Right?
Public figure.
Public figure. So
Whatever Byron is.
Listen, Barack Obama is a public figure.
Barack Obama's a public.
That is a public figure.
Because he was a president of the United States.
Right. That's a public figure and a half.
A first black president.
Right. Jay-Z is a public figure.
Jay-Z
you know what I mean? These people stand for something. They've created not a brand, but they've created a business, solutions to people's lives, things that people need and help. Bill Gates, that's a public figure. And you don't have to be such a big name, but my thing is, what significance do you actually place?
What significance does somebody have? Like, what impact do they need to have
right.
for someone to be able to be like, okay, yeah, for people to be like, okay, this person is a public figure. He or she has done enough to be like, yo, we got to watch this person's move. We have to learn from this person because they've done things in a very impactful way. What's the criteria? What is the prerequisite for that?
Usually, if you've affected somebody, I mean, here's the thing: like, if you've risen at the top of your, say, community, even, somebody that's very well involved in their church or whatever. If you've risen to the top, then you become a public figure in that space. You don't necessarily have to create Microsoft or Tesla or anything like that, or be LeBron James to be a public figure. You could be a public figure, but in your space, right? A lot of politicians are like that because they've actually done good for their community. They've done well to serve, right? A lot of people who do volunteer work are that. Martin Luther King Jr. became that because of, not because of anything financial. It's because of what they stand for. It's because they actually stood for something and they had beliefs and principles. And no matter what, when it got tested on a public level, they were able to stand up for it.
Yes.
That is what that's a public figure to me. That is what stands out as having some sort of purpose, right? If you're just taking pictures of yourself, showing all the great times in your life, right, and you can't even show
With your butt out,
and you can't show the hard times to go with it, then what great have you actually done? And why should I even listen to you? Because if you're trying to tell me at my downest moment that I'm going to inspire you, but you've never been through this, I can't believe you.
I think there's many layers. Like to go
There's a lot of layers.
to the point of to be influential physically, for example. I think it's pretty amazing for somebody to lose X amount of weight, pounds.
Yes.
And now they look a certain way, they look great, and they want to flaunt it off. Power to you. But the problem is when you can't scale that afterwards. You can't scale your physique by itself.
No.
There's a certain level now where people start to be like, okay, yeah, you look good. I'm going to only see, a certain finite amount of angles that I'm going to start carrying, or I'm going to lose traction on you. So people start to, they get the stardom because of the looks. They get the stardom because of whatever they stage on Instagram. Those weird pictures. I can't stand those type of pictures. The pictures where they're not even looking at the camera and they act like
right. We were talking about this the other day.
Like they act like they're smiling or laughing.
Full out staged.
I'm like, yo, how can you do that? Let's go back to that. Can you do that? I don't understand
really
how you don't even feel silly about that.
That's really hard.
And I get it if it's a photo shoot, but this is their entire thing. It's almost like their entire life is a photo shoot, which is weird because we have a marketing team and we don't even have never done that for ourselves.
That's what I'm
It's such
talking
an
about.
awkward and
Everybody
weird-
wants to be Insta famous. They want to feel like they're a model.
Yeah.
They want to feel like they're an actor or an actress
Which is fine, but I mean, if you're trying to quote unquote influence somebody, like the question you posed, what are you actually doing other than looking good in front of the camera and getting the likes?
Yes.
What influence have you had? What significant things have you overcome? Not just your preconceived anxieties and stresses and fears about certain things that may or may not be even that big, but then you overcame it. Cool. You want to give pieces of advice to overcome these small things that, you are enough, which is fine.
Yeah.
Don't get into fear or whatever. Don't fall into your fears. Try new things. Cool, but those are now blankets shit. Like everybody's talking about that. The person who has lost 10 pounds could talk about that. But then how are you going to take everybody further than that? What impactful thing?
And that's what I was
you
going to
actually
follow up
do?
with next. And so let's just say we have people here who have huge transformations. Some of our trainers have had huge transformations. Let's take, for example, Nick. The guy lost about 85 pounds or whatever plus his own way through physical activity, through fixing up his diet. And now he's decided to say, okay, instead of me just saying, hey, guys, I lost 80 pounds or 100 pounds, I'm going to help impact my clients and other people. He became a trainer and nutritionist based on the fact that, hey, I enjoyed my process so much and seeing myself transform and seeing what my mind went through, that I'm going to help other people around me. So he connected with me. He's like, Christian, I want to apply here. I want to apply strength in you, and I want to help people do what I did with myself and take them up a notch and increase their athletic ability.
So he's actually helping people in real life.
In real life.
And that's the
and
kind
that's
of thing.
Significant.
And I think that's the real people who are actually making impact. I mean, Barack Obama used social media as a tool, but he impacted shit in real life. He got shit done. And that's the real balance of this whole social media thing. Yes, you have to use it as a marketing tool, but marketing tool that feeds your real life contributions.
Yes.
Not just feeds your marketing tool again.
Here's the thing about anybody famous and popular that you see up here in this wall.
Yeah.
You see all the times that they were actually doing something for the good of somebody else, whether it be, their own space, humankind, whatever it is, the area of their life. You don't see them. You don't see them in cameras. You don't see them in TV shows. You don't see them when they're working, because what they're doing is they're actually touching people face to face and one on one, and actually communicating.
Yeah.
And doing a personal touch, a personal meeting. That's why you don't see them.
Well,
They're busy working
example,
away.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Perfect example. He uses marketing to start getting more influence in his business and life.
Yes.
He knows what it's for. He doesn't use it just to stroke his own ego.
Yes.
So, I mean, mainly because when you're an actual entrepreneur, there's nothing glorifying or crazy about it. You're like, the amount of pictures he has to take isn't gonna get his investors to reinvest back into
they don't
Tesla
care
and all
about
his
that.
other projects.
Right.
Because his time and effort now
100%.
is actually working, unpacking his business and making sure everything is good, not taking pictures, and that's his business. Your business isn't that. Your influence isn't that.
And that's the thing that we wanted to get across today, is that just because you post some pictures and some good photos of yourself and some stage photos, that's not your impact on this world. Even if you have lost 50 pounds, or if you're looking good with your chiseled abs and whatever, that's not you actually, here's the thing that people don't understand. A lot of people usually question, like, what the hell am I here on earth to do? I'm going to answer that one simple way. You're here for other people. You're here for others. You're here to leave a mark in this world. And you can't do that when all you're doing is serving yourself and stroking your own ego, as you said, right? If you don't have a purpose, and if you currently hate getting up in the morning, going to work, I suggest you look deep within yourself and find another place to work, or find another craft to do, or find a new batch of friends if you cannot, just live with the ones that you have now. And if you see yourself, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a purpose in life, then you can't be really influential. You really can't help people.
Well, I think the biggest problem right now is the word itself, the meaning of what an influencer is. So I remember maybe a couple of years ago, when we started doing our marketing heavily, I would get some people telling me, who think they know about marketing, oh, you need to get influencers. Or there's people that come up to us and be like, hey, can I use your services? But then I could post you on Instagram and stuff like that. And I told them straight up, I'm like, we don't really give a shit about quote unquote influencers online. It doesn't make sense for us, because first of all, the people that they're quote unquote influencing are like, especially a lot of fitness people, they're a lot of, not saying all of them, a lot of their followers are creepy people who really just likes to visually look at their stuff.
Yeah.
They're not the ones who are gonna
They're not the real audience.
Are gonna acknowledge call to actions and actually come in and try out our services.
Yeah.
Second, our definition of influencers is a person who impacts their community directly. So a person in our community, a member, and there's a lot of them who impact their own mini communities, those are influencers to us.
Yes, and we see it out there all the time.
And this is why our marketing strategy is influencer marketing strategy, but actual people in the fucking community.
Yes.
The people who do great work, who have been showing great initiative, great results, and impact the people here that engage them. And this is why we turned our influencer marketing inward in our community. So the people that we put on our social media are the ones here. They may not have thousands of followers. They may not have hundreds.
Yeah.
But the 30 or 40 that follow them and fucking respond to them.
Yeah, they respond to them, and out of them, maybe 2 or 3 even walking through those doors and say, hey, I want to do what you're doing.
But that's real influence from marketing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We market the shit of our people because they're there on the ground level.
Yes.
Right? Everything happens on the floor.
Yes.
And for everybody, all the hundreds of people that walk through these doors every day who see these things on our Instagram, on our Facebook, they get influenced by these people because they're the champions of our community.
Yes.
So that's really what influencer marketing should be. Yes, maybe later on we'll get, if once we push our clothing,
100%.
we'll get some people who have, a good following across the world, because now we could hit across the world.
Yes. But it's not going to start out with just posting a few pictures of just yourself and seeing how great you look or whatever it is. Because that's for anybody that is naive enough to think that is how you're going to build a brand, just by posting pictures of yourself in new clothes and looking fly and stuff. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. No. And you're definitely not serving a purpose in this world.
Yeah.
I think we think that the number one thing is, first and foremost, what are you passionate about? Mm-hmm. Find what you're passionate about. We're not talking about, I'm passionate in front of being a camera.
Or you know what gets me, man? When people say, "Oh, I want to change the world. I want to," like, come on, man. You have there's so much ego behind the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
a
you think
definitely
you could
thing you can
change the
change.
entire
You
world.
can change the entire world. How are you going to do that, you dumb motherfucker?
No,
I'm being straight the fuck up.
but you know, by the things that they post,
You
it's like,
could even change your own underwear this morning.
how are you changing the world if you can't, like, look at the way the things you post, like, how many people have you touched, not how many people you're entertaining.
You know,
You don't at that level, at this level, when nobody knows you don't change the world by entertaining people.
right about now, especially in this stage of our growth of our business, we answer the phones or emails or texts, all kinds of different, times through the day, and for all different purposes and for different, so many things that your mind can imagine. Now, for every one of those that come in, we have to filter out what's most important and what's important to deal with immediately and what we can set back later. But the biggest thing that I say to that is that as we're doing them through the day, and I know you can speak for yourself, the way you respond to email, the way you respond to people who ask you, is you're generally trying to do better for somebody else. We have a team of 40 people. We want every single one of them taking a great paycheck home to their families, building their lives.
Yeah.
Right? We have a great community who want to get fit, who want to live the benefits of being healthy and living, in a good space and mentally. And that's why we do what we do. We fix our system, our process every day. This is why we're on top of our development for our trainers every day, because we want these people developing. That's our purpose.
But that's the thing, right? You change the world through these small steps.
That's what it is.
It's not you don't change the
Exactly.
entire world. You change it by taking the next best move.
Exactly.
And, taking the next best move after that, and then after that. You can't do it. You have the audacity to do that and have the dream to change the world. But
Of course.
But know that influencing people on social media, especially when Instagram and Facebook always change your algorithm, that once you post something, especially when you turn your shit into a business account, nobody's seeing you until you pay for it. You want to influence people, make a lot of money, and put it in front of people or help charities. That's the only real way to do it. People are hating on Bill Gates and all that stuff for being billionaires, but when's the last time you gave up any of your paycheck to help anybody?
Exactly. And you know what?
You know what I mean?
He's giving away billions of dollars. Warren Buffett. Yeah.
Bro, some of you can't even fucking not buy your stupid Nike shoes. You know what I mean? But you want to influence people? Get the hell out of here with that shit.
100%, man.
You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of people that walk around. And again, it goes with this day and age of entitlement, of thinking that the world owes you something. The world owes you attention. The world owes you, a nod to say, hey, you know what? You're a great person. Nobody owes you that shit.
Yeah, and please stop posting.
Nobody owes you that shit.
You need to stop posting like how much you're helping. Like if you do stuff and post it all the time, like you want to help somebody, yet you're posting it just to stroke your own ego. That's horrible shit. Stop doing that. You know what I mean? Why don't you help people? Why don't you help the poor and stuff like that without posting anything? Why don't you invest in helping the poor without posting anything, so your ego doesn't fucking get stroked all the time?
We're huge advocates here, especially of how we've grown this business. Let your work speak for itself.
Yeah, 100%.
Let your let your actions speak for themselves, because a real person who actually has a purpose and who are trying to help the better good of anybody, it doesn't really matter what space you're in. You could be in the retail industry. You could be in, first of all, if you're working at any place at all, you're in the service industry.
Yeah.
God damn it, you are, straight up. So your job in this world is to service others.
Yes,
and that's the
because
goddamn truth.
it's true, because at the end of the day, all these platforms that you're posting on are going to be gone one day, but the things that you do will trickle throughout the rest of the time.
And when we say that let your work speak for itself, guess what? The people around you, the people that you have influence, will speak for you and how great you really are. You don't need to post pictures about your goddamn self. They'll tell the world how great you are.
Yeah.
Through what they've learned from you, from what they've got from you, the way you've made them feel, which is the most important thing, right? They'll never remember everything else. They'll remember how you made them feel, especially in that first time.
Absolutely.
Right? So for those of you out there, I actually asked a question, if you guys can respond to this, and we'd love to actually take you up on this and talk about it more. If you are currently having trouble with where you're at in life, whether it be a position of, switching workplaces or starting a business or on your way to fitness, but you keep getting kind of withheld back, We'd love to hear from you, because this is the point in time where you want to actually get as clear of a picture as you can on one, your end goal, and two, the purpose that's going to get you there. And I guarantee you, by the end of it all, it's got nothing to do with what you want for yourself. That's just where it starts.
Absolutely.
So please get at us. They can find us at
Hit us up on Instagram at StrengthenU, STRENGTH, the letter N, the letter U. You can hit us up on our website too. There's contact forms there, www.strength-the letter N-the letter U.com. And for you, those of you who don't know what hyphens are the dashes, not underscores. All right?
All right. Thank you for listening.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Until next time.